Hello, welcome. This is Kristin from Life of Crafting, and I figure I'll just do my scrapbook.com haul for you in this part 2. I think there's going to be part 3 because I have so much stuff I've hauled. Over the Black Friday weekend, I did some shopping, and this was what I bought from the scrapbook.com. And I'll give you a little ideas to like why I'm purchasing what I did. One is he showed the hoopla videos that he just did. He showed the media grip, and I couldn't understand, like everybody kept like commenting in his other stuff, like when is it coming back, when is it coming back? So he explained in one of the hoopla videos about using this and doing some of the stenciling and stuff on that. So I haven't been a big person who does stenciling. One, because I wasn't really kind of sure how. I've done a lot of stenciling on walls with scenes in my bedrooms and stuff, but I wasn't really sure how I would get that to stay and not get the bleeding behind. So this was a big reason why I decided I'm going to give this a try. So when I do some videos in the new year, we'll be getting that out. Also in that hoopla video, he did some stuff with the Distress Pearl crayons, I believe is what he's calling them. This is the crayons that match the mica that he released for Halloween and Christmas. I will tell you, and I should just pick them up, I got every mica color. I bought both, actually all 4 colors from the 2021 series, and I just bought the Christmas ones for the 2022. So I will be doing another video showing their colors and my impressions of them. So I do believe I'll probably have to go back and get the Halloween ones, but I'll be doing some videos on these crayons. I got a couple different things in mind that I want to make with these. I will tell you, they seemed a little shorter. I don't know why, than I was expecting. I guess, I don't know, like I have pens and pencils here. I guess I was expecting them to be more the size of like a regular like pen. Not necessarily feeling like that I didn't get enough in the product. I haven't used it to be able to make that assessment, but I don't know, just in the holding it to do something with it. So we'll see. Never used it, so I may change my assessment on that. I then bought this one. What was the name of this one? Is this Postal? Yes. This one has the mini envelope and the card that goes in it. We're in the middle of our Christmas rush. I have the e-commerce business that sells a lot of Christmas and holiday. And I should have looked to make sure yes, I'm in frame. What I'm finding is we do a lot of 4x4 by 4 inch boxes, so these small cubes, and the regular A2 size card is not fitting in there. So I'm finding that I feel kind of guilty because everybody else is getting, you know, a card for me. And I will say the cards are going fast. I mean, I'm shocked at how much we've gotten rid of this year so far. So I'm looking over at the side to see how many there's the little, I put them in these boxes that come from, you know, for your photos or whatever. And it's crazy how many of them I've gone through so far. But I feel kind of guilty that the customers with the smaller box isn't getting anything. So in the 2023 year, I am going to be making little cards that they can use. Think of it, reminds me of like the ones you get with like a floral bouquet. Like if you're in the hospital, they send something and it's got the little envelope. So I think I'm going to make that, and it's a cute thing. Maybe you can use it for a small package yourself, or just to use as a tag. So I have some ideas on that in the coming year. I liked the very small numbers that came in there. I think one of the other sets does have some small stuff with it too, so I'm not writing them off as of yet. And I like the special delivery. Again, being a very big person in the holiday world, I can see doing some stuff with that. And then they were doing a freebie thing of different freebies, and I was able to get 2. And one of the things they had was this ephemera pack for the Doodlebug Designs Candy Cane Lane. And they give you basically a little bit of what comes in each of the regular ephemera packs, or as they call them, odds and ends, chit chat, and bits and pieces. So these are, I'm assuming, duplications of things that are in those packs. I do, little preview, have something coming up with this in the part 3. So I thought this was cute because you don't just, I mean, this Doodlebug's paper seems to be very interchangeable. So you could use, let's say, like a plaid or something, or a gingham that you have from another collection, and still make it Christmas and use some of these. So I thought that was a good selection of something to buy. And then they had this die cut here that is called a tile border. Honestly, I'm not real sure that I'm going to be doing much with this. I'm not saying I'm not, but I thought the geometric pattern may be something, you know, again, that would be a good border across a card or at the base of an envelope. So we'll see. Never know what I'll make with that. So that was this was actually my second purchase, was this stuff. The Media Grit was part of my first purchase because I had to get these. This is what prompted the second purchase. So the first purchase was the Media Grit. And then I've been wanting to get this Lumberjack Plaid Oxide ink. So that was a definite had to get. They included a preview card for the Graphic 45 Flower Market pattern. And looks like a very pretty spring pattern. We'll see. Again, I'm not saying I'm exclusive for Christmas, but I do make Christmas cards heavily throughout the year. So we'll see. Little holiday guide. You know, this to me is just something that goes in to show you some premieres of other products, but trust me, I have enough of my own that I decide I find and need. I don't believe I did a haul video for the clearance stuff that I got from Hobby Lobby, or I'm sorry, yeah, Hobby Lobby. But one of the things I bought for clearance was the envelope, I'm sorry, the mailbox die that Spellbinders released in this holiday series. Well, I don't think it was the holiday. It may have even been before that, for 2022. And these are all the sentiments for the front of the mailbox. I haven't gotten to the foiling yet. To me, there's just so much I still need to do or want to do. So I had not gotten to foiling, so I only bought the stamp part of it. I will like to come back to go through these because I'm finding a lot of at least myself being confused on what exactly he means with some of the different types of things he has. One of the things I really wanted out of this holiday collection was this Darling Christmas. Had to get this. Thought the Santa in this was really adorable. The little reindeer, just again, really cute. And there was a card in one of his inspirations that showed this holiday sketchbook that gave me some ideas of what I want to do for myself using this stamp set. So I had to get this one as well. So those two were must-have. And I thought they were doing a pretty decent deal on their Black Friday. Then the other thing I picked up was this Paper Rose Home for Christmas patterns. And what I'm finding is Paper Rose will release what is the main paper, and I shouldn't say for every set, but for some of their sets. And then they're releasing like a secondary pack of paper. And what it does is it gives you an extension of the main pack. I didn't buy the main pack. What I did was I bought this, when I'm saying this is the extension pack. This is an 18 double-sided patterns. There's 3 of 12 designs. So I'm getting it in the 6x6. I liked the small prints on these papers, and I'm going to stand up so I can make sure I'm getting these good in the camera. I liked the small prints. I have some intentions to make some stuff throughout the year, and I think these papers are going to be one that's a good fit for just doing some different like ideas of big die cuts on them or big sentiments. I haven't really been saying, it's a lot of pine boughs, pine cones, you know, pine cones, pine boughs. This one's got, looks like berries in there. This one's just bows. So, you know, very traditional looking ideas. Candy canes with gingerbread men was on that one. These look like either like wood birds with the heart in the center, or they could be like a cookie with the heart in the center. The same pine bough looking berries. And the back has the dried oranges. So I think we're getting there to the end. Yeah. And then this one has the trees with the deer. And then the back is with these either like wood looking cutout trees, or you could maybe even be cookies. I'm not sure which they're trying to say it is. So you're getting basically 6 combinations of paper, and then you get it 3 times. So there's your 3 or your 6 different patterns, and then, you know, the flip side of them. So, like I said, I don't have the main paper that I'm looking to basically extend. I just think these will be good, smaller prints for some of the ideas of what I want to do for cards in the new year. So that was that. You got the same giveaways. There was another giveaway, and I had it in my cart, and before I could check out, they said it was gone. And they had not, I guess, had the time to load into the next phase of what they were using as a giveaway, because this was the first thing I bought. And when I went back for the second, like I said, they had that tile die I've referenced. So this one, I only got the 1 pack of ephemera as a freebie, but they were doing 2 freebies. So this is the last item in my purchase, and this is called the Worn Wallpaper Scraps. I was a little confused when they're going through this, because I'm used to the regular, you know, I started out in the Stampin' Up! World, which, you know, everything's the DSP as they call it. And then I moved into, you know, people like Paper Rose and things with their packs. So, you know, Tim likes to do everything a little different, which I appreciate. So it was kind of like, when I hear worn wallpaper, it's kind of like, you know, we've done wallpapering in my family. So it's like, is it actual thickness like wallpaper? Like, I understand like he has them and he scans them to get the prints, but I wasn't sure what to expect textural wise out of the paper. And I'm gonna tell you that it's beautiful. The papers are thinner. There is a little bit, I don't know if the video is going to pick it up. There is a little bit of like a texture, and I'm one of the people that I don't like those real, you know, those things when you were little, you would get those stickers, and if you turned them, they were holographic and stuff, but they always had that texture on the front. That's how this reminds me, and it always made my blood turn cold. So there is like a texture on there, like you may find on like the wallpapers that you can actually like wash. It's not like the paper. There's only one side, but it is on the thinner side. So it's not, I was afraid it was going to be way too thick, but these are definitely pretty. I mean, I expect I'll be able to make some cards. I'm going to be making these probably more for myself than giveaways, because I'm trying to see if he says anything on here about like what the size was. They're 5x8. You get 20 5x8 sheets and 19 die cut scraps, as he calls them. I'm not really sure that I would call them scraps, but I get what he's saying. So it looks like you're getting 2, and they're very aged, very brownish gray, so it's definitely like that, I'm gonna say dirty, but just aged. I love the coloration. Some of your cheaper papers really, every color you add to a print is another run that they have to do. That's how I understand it. So, you know, when you're doing a cheaper paper, you want to keep the number of colors down to a minimum. And I'm not really talking about each paper here, so I apologize if you're looking for an explanation of the details through these. But I'm just trying to give an overall impression, having never done any of Tim Holtz's ideology stuff. These papers are definitely ones, if you're in that ideology world where, you know, you're doing little dioramas and things like that, you don't need a lot of volume. You know, you're only going to do like one, so you only need like one sheet. Being a card maker, you know, I want multiple so that I can do, you know, a lot of out of one card. But these are definitely great in the sense that pretty much for every sheet I can get 2, because this is going to be 5 and then this is 8, so I can cut it so I can get a 4 by 5, which is kind of a little, you know, if you're going to go with 4, you usually want 5 1/4. But there's ways as a card maker that you can kind of extend your papers. Obviously this one, let me reach over here. I had one extra that I prepped for a card. Actually, I have 2 extra. So this one I would just have to take it and turn it this way versus doing it this way. I'm a side folding. I don't quite understand why everybody wants to do the top folding card. I'm a person that likes to display my cards, and if I do it, I want to be able to stand them up. Whereas if it's top folding, they always want to, you know, do one of those. But for a paper like this, you know, I'm going to have to turn it because of the direction of the paper. I have some things in mind as well to do that are, you know, like more like a diorama piece. But so that was the papers. Like I said, I was very hesitant because he mentions wallpaper in there, and I kind of thought to myself, like, oh my God, like, is it really going to be like really super thick? You know, because some people do talk about buying old, like your stores have the sample books and you can use them for projects, and I couldn't imagine. The paper's just so thick. So his scraps to me are basically ephemera pieces. It does have like a texture on it, and the texture is horizontal and vertical, if that's how you want to describe it, like a hatch pattern. So there is some texture in there, but I don't think in any way is it distracting. And you're getting no duplicates. These are all individuals. So this reminds me of, he's got the botanicals ephemera. So this reminds me of getting like a mini sampling of his botanicals. So very pretty. That's what comes in the graphic part of it. And then he's also including, you know, like these would be like what would be considered scraps. But these are, if you choose not to use them, you're getting your money's worth just between the paper and the ephemera. I don't care if I ever use these little pieces of looks like the old-fashioned type of packaging off the clothing and stuff like that they have, because this one says like made in England, join here, fade proof. This was probably washable. So, you know, if I didn't use them, not that big of a deal. I do have some that are like border kind of ones. This one's got candy canes. This one just has like a swirling border panel. And then this one has kind of like, almost looks like somebody's like valance of a curtain or something. But again, if I didn't use any of this and I just got this, well worth it. So that is going to be the end of my video for this part 2 for Tim Holtz. I will tell you, I have another order in process with scrapbook.com for more of Tim. I'm going to be heavily moving towards Tim Holtz products. I love the education in there. I love the broad spectrum of products he brings and the amount of things you can do with it all. So you're going to be seeing a lot in 2023 with me coming into doing more with the Tim Holtz products. So I hope you're along for the ride. Loved it if you could subscribe down below so you can be along for the ride with me and get the updates when you subscribe. When I upload, you'll see it show up in your feed. And if you got any inspiration out of what I showed or appreciate the education of any of this, I would appreciate some thumbs up. Catch you in part 3, I hope. See ya.